Behind the closed doors of Templar castles and hidden chapels, a world of profound secrets and mysteries existed. The initiation rituals of the Knights Templar were unlike any other, carefully crafted to shape not only the body, but also the soul of each knight. These sacred ceremonies marked the beginning of a spiritual and intellectual transformation, binding the initiate to a cause far beyond the earthly realm. But what was truly involved in these rituals? Why were they so fiercely guarded?
And what secrets did they conceal? When a man was chosen to become a Templar, he was not just accepted into a military order, but into a brotherhood that believed in something far greater. The first step was the preparation, both physical and mental. The initiate would be blindfolded and led through a labyrinthine series of corridors, a symbolic journey that represented the darkness of ignorance and the path toward enlightenment. The blindfold was a key part of the process, for it represented the initiate's submission to the higher wisdom that would soon be revealed. As the blindfold was removed, the initiate found himself in the presence of his brothers, but his world had already begun to shift. What he saw was no longer just a group of men, but a sacred order dedicated to an ancient cause. In these moments, the initiate's senses were heightened, and the boundaries between the earthly and spiritual realms seemed to blur. The heart of the ritual was the taking of sacred oaths. The knight would kneel before an altar, sometimes marked with ancient symbols or holy relics, a sword, a book, or a cross. These objects were not mere props. They were charged with symbolic significance, each representing a different aspect of the Templar mission: the sword for protection, the book for knowledge, and the cross for faith. But what did these items truly represent to the Templars? Could they be part of a larger, more ancient tradition that spanned multiple civilizations? The oaths were not just promises of loyalty and faith, they were mystical bindings designed to link the initiate's spirit to a higher order. The knights swore to protect the weak, defend the faith, and serve the Brotherhood above all. But some speculate that there was more to the vows than just religious duty. Could the Templars have been invoking powers greater than the earthly realm, calling upon divine or even ancient forces to guide their actions? Many who underwent the initiation spoke of a profound sense of transformation. Some reported experiencing visions, intense dreams, or a heightened sense of awareness that lingered long after the ceremony had ended. Were these experiences simply the result of intense psychological conditioning, or was there something more mystical at play? Could the Templars have used ancient practices, such as meditation, ritual magic, or sacred geometry, to unlock latent abilities within their initiates? The rituals themselves seem to echo practices from far older traditions, those of the Egyptians, the Druids, and even the ancient Sumerians. Could the Templars have been in possession of a knowledge passed down from these civilizations? Some believe that their rituals were designed not just to forge men of faith, but to awaken a deeper understanding of the universe, one that transcended religious boundaries and delved into the realms of alchemy, astrology, and sacred sciences. One of the most fascinating aspects of Templar initiation was their use of sacred geometry. Many of the places where the Templars held their rituals, from the great cathedrals to their castles, were built with precise alignment to celestial bodies, earthly lines, and ancient mathematical principles. The number 3, the triangle, and the circle were common motifs in Templar architecture, and these symbols were believed to hold cosmic power, unlocking hidden energies within the universe. Some believe that the Templars used these geometrical symbols to access higher knowledge, not just in a spiritual sense, but also in a scientific and alchemical way. Could these symbols be keys to a hidden science, one that was meant to unlock secrets about the universe, life, and even immortality? Did the Templars, through their rituals, harness a knowledge that could bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds? Every Templar initiation ritual was filled with encoded messages, symbols that only those with the highest knowledge could understand. These hidden codes were believed to contain secrets about the Templar mission, their beliefs, and the true nature of their sacred duties. From the red cross that adorned their tunics to the carvings in the walls of their castles, every detail was part of a greater design. But what was the true meaning behind these symbols? Was the red cross a simple sign of faith, or did it represent something far older, a symbol of divine knowledge that had been passed down through the ages? Could the Templars have been using these codes to protect sacred knowledge, ensuring that it would not be lost or destroyed? The Templars were not just warriors, they were custodians of secrets, and their rituals were a way of passing this knowledge from one generation to the next. As the Templars grew in power, their rituals became more complex and their secrecy more pronounced. Many of the rituals were kept hidden, known only to the highest ranks of the Brotherhood. But as the Order fell from grace in 1307, much of their knowledge, including their sacred rituals, was lost or suppressed. The Inquisition's efforts to dismantle the Order resulted in the destruction of many Templar records, but whispers of their mystical practices have persisted through the centuries. Were the Templars guarding more than just religious relics? Some believe that they were protectors of ancient wisdom, knowledge that could change the course of history. From the Holy Grail to the lost Ark of the Covenant, Templar rituals may have been designed to guard these relics, keeping them safe from those who would misuse their power. Could these sacred objects still be out there, waiting to be discovered? In the modern world, the Templars' rituals continue to captivate imaginations. From secret societies like the Freemasons to the fictional stories in books and movies, the legacy of the Templars has taken on a life of its own. But how much of what we know about them is based on truth, and how much is pure speculation? Could the Templars still be influencing the world today, hidden in plain sight? Are there modern-day initiates, carrying on the ancient traditions, continuing the work of their predecessors? Or is the true meaning of their rituals lost to history, with only fragments remaining to hint at what once was? The secrets of the Templar initiation rituals are not just a relic of the past. They are part of a greater mystery, one that continues to unfold. As long as these mysteries remain unsolved, the Templars will live on in the shadows, their true purpose waiting to be revealed.